Hello Blonde folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes and this is another live stream of this time of the category of scenery, props, assets, well especially scene making. And so here it is the Starship that I'm building for many stories, and it's a big project. And so let's start here with some timer here. So I'm giving me this 1 hour and 20 minutes to be working and sharing this stuff. Let's get some soundtrack. And so what should be required here? I'm gonna start to focus on something that is more directly related to the parts which I can begin making some animation. So this is why if I start building here and there, this because there are many places, and this takes usually a while to finish off. So I need to start making a new, I need a new strategy, old new strategy, right, in which I'm going to have an animation done, a sequence, right, done into this room, this interior. And for this I will require to sort of complete this in a good way. So right now it's still very rough, there's no furniture, many materials are not doing entirely what they need, even the structure of the place might not be sufficient. So I was struggling with a very simple thing, but I think I've got some people help me in some forums. So basically this is using a solidify modifier, so probably I'll have to separate these glasses here, so cannot rip. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so alright, so here's I got a glass. It would be better if it had another material. Then of course, oh, this is badly done, right? Yeah, badly done. So I could just shift D that and then hide, delete this one, unhide. Okay, so now this is a separate, but you see this is not working. We have some things there, but this is not necessarily the end of the world. So maybe what I can do here, I can try to scale it inside the window frame, scale on the normal, maybe, yeah, scale along the Y doesn't really help, and scale on the Z doesn't work, it's just a face. So this is a ridiculous problem, but yet a problem. So I don't know how to solve this with the easiest approach possible that will remain it versatile. And so I'm gonna try to simplify. So what I was trying to do before it was being solidified along the rest, but of course this creates some issues, right? So instead let's okay, so it's a connected mesh everywhere. I'm gonna separate selection, and you see the problem is the same. Yeah, so but at least now this is a separate object, which is not what I wanted, right? No, this is locked. Okay. So maybe I can get it to... Now I can scale it on the... Oh no, I can't. Alright. I can't scale it, it's still a... But what I can do is just change the thickness, right? And let's offset this to the... Oh, I see. I see. Oh. There might be another way around. Yes, so this is the same. Now it's a separate object, so this is more versatile. This one is still on the... So here gonna not just shift D, hide and delete this one and hide. Alright, so now the thing is that okay, so I want to use variation for this thing, so I'm gonna make a vertex group here. So just this this thing, and if I'm not wrong, if I get the vertex there, okay, it prioritizes the vertex group. Ah. And this time it seems now that is still a problem, and that will be still a problem. However, okay, so if I invert this, now the glass doesn't extrude. But I can have it extrude on a factor, so for instance, something like that. And so it's far from... Yeah, it's not... Yeah, this can cause some... This will have some issues, but... We got something... Maybe this is acceptable. What else there is? This just changed the material that the rim material. Yeah, so this is all not gonna do anything. Crease inner, outer rim. This is bevel convex. No, this is thickness clump. What is this? Offset clump based on geometry scale. No, I don't know how to use this. Anyways, output vertex group shell. Yeah, so I'm left with the same problem at the beginning. So I hardly solved, but this is a possibility, right? Then since this is separated, right, I can just grab it and GZ, no, SY, right? So SY, let's say, one time one this is obviously too much. Oh, by the way, hold on. This one, Shift D, hide, delete and hide. So I'm gonna leave it connected. Alright, let's hide these ones. Merge by distance. Not merged. What happened? Oh, I need a selection, right? There we go. Alright. So now this glass is the continuation. That means that this will solidify. Aha! So, of course, this one is still not good because I need to include it. So I think we've got the craziest solution. Took me 2 weeks or more to figure this out, just doing other stuff, right? I was just able to do this because I've tested many things and started understanding what were the behaviors of this. You see, it's very simple thing, but it's just not that simple actually to solve in Blender. So here we got the assign, and so now, there you go. We will still have this problem, but this is not real problem because I can just get this and maybe. Alright, there's too many objects going on, right? So this is, I need hide some stuff here. L, hide. Then let's already do this for all these ones, right? Gonna rejoin here. So this will be Shift D, gonna H, right? So now these faces are free. Last ones. If I maintain this glass, yes, so Shift D, H, delete. Then we're gonna add this to the So this is the window glasses. Windows. Windows is bad, right? If you get what I mean. So I'm using Windows, but before I was on Linux Mint OS. So here I would continue be using Linux Mint OS, just that this computer, that new computer that I bought last year, I think, yes, it came with Windows already, so whatever. And alright, so this is that is not connected, right? So I'm gonna fix this. Shift H, merge by distance, there we go. Just in case this seems to be connected. This seems to be connected, yes. Then we have still one glass here and here that should be suffering from similar problems, yes. Yes. So here the only thing that I'm gonna fix, so I'm gonna pick this actually okay, I'm gonna pick all that. Can I GX along normals, Shift H, this doesn't work, so GX, let's try this one. This is not really helping for this one, I guess. It's not helping for any of them. What's happening here? Looks like that these vertex groups are messed up. Remove, let's just make sure. Assign, alright. Then looks like that I need to adjust the solidify, right? Oh yeah, here. Of course, there we go. Yes. So now they got here. I will do the same here. SX here. And can I do some GY? Yes, it's free to do. So that means that I can place the glasses right. We don't see anything here, but okay. So here what's happening for the last one is that something about the fact that something that I haven't done here. And I can't remember what it was. It doesn't seem to have the same proportions, the same size. Yeah, it was just not. Yeah, I think it is maybe corrupted, something like that. So let's just redo this. Okay, here is the face. So gonna change here to this outer space material. So I'm going to make sure that these are now Shift D, H, delete, Alt H. Let's check the normals. The normals are fine. This is unconnected, right? Merge. What is going on? Shift D, H, faces and hide. There we go. They are connected. Okay, the glasses between themselves, and the problem is that here the scales are not matched exactly. But okay, to start with, let's assign here. If there's some procedural scale, that will be better, right? By the way, we see that this was not sufficient, so we can just okay, so that seems to be okay. Oh, I see, I remember what happens, that I push the glass here forward, right? And this is not... Oh yeah, so this pushing forward can have some issues because I've just moved one of them. Like these ones will also need that, right? Yeah, so technically I've messed up the project. Very annoying. So array this, yeah, maybe. But it's too small, so it's just a lot more complication to little benefits. So I think it doesn't compensate really. Alright, let's make a highlight and show how we can solve this madness here. I think this is an interesting case. Let's make sure I remember how that is done, right? Okay. So folks, check this very interesting case, and I asked some help in Blender Artist, so there are some ideas there and some possibilities in possibilities. After a while I finally came up with a valid solution, simple solution. So you see what's happening, or maybe not. So this is these are the frame, right, of the window, all that around. I've solved it for these ones, but not for these ones, so I use it as an example. And so what I have here is that what I want to do is that, you see, this is just faces, and there is a solidify modifier which is currently extruding these things outside procedurally, right? Solidifying, right? So we are from the inside, and from the outside, without the solidify modifier we would have this, right? But there is one problem. You see that here the windows, they are actually, here we have a little problem. So this is not a perfect solution, but it's better than, at least it's a solution. So you see the problem that I have here is that when these faces extrude, solidify, then we lose the interior of the window framework or frame. Yeah, so this is very bad, and of course this happened because this mesh is connected. And so this is possibly an impossibility to solve here. Maybe geometry nodes, but solidify modifier on its own, I guess not. Not if the mesh is like that. So could separate the mesh or make a different mesh object with different solidify modifier, different lines, I don't know. But here I've decided to, so you see what I'm gonna do is that the solution that I found is that because the glass is here and here, they are, so we'll maintain them connected. So I'm going to just duplicate this, hide, delete this one which is connected, right, with everywhere, even it is connected between them itself. So I'm gonna delete these faces, unhide. So now I have this still in the same mesh object, but these are disconnected mesh. So I have disconnected the framework from the window frame from the glass. And so you see that what will happen now with the solidify modifiers, that apparently the normals, they won't match anymore because of the, and I don't know how to fix this. I tried, but I couldn't find the only way, the only reason why this glass here, oh, actually there's a little problem here for some reason I don't understand. But okay, it looks like this is strange, but anyways, if I disconnected here to P, actually V, so now the glass is just separated, so you see they split here the normals. So this is not good, so I need to not disconnect the glasses between themselves, otherwise they will solidify in different angles. So at least I can solve this by selecting just the glasses and merge by distance, right? This won't merge them with the framework as we were in the original beginning, because I haven't selected these ones, right? Just selected this one and merge by distance, right? So now what I need to do is that, so this I don't know what's happened, but what I need to do is that we can use a special solidify modifier with certain features here. So the whole room, yeah, so this is sort of an inverted one, but you see here, which might not be the best idea, but here this vertex group is just the windows, yeah, an inversion of the windows. So that's also works, right? So I'm gonna include this, and what it will do for me, we'll see in real time maybe, is that we need to make sure this is up to date. If you change the name there, it will be invalidated, right? So just make sure this is right. You see the mess that caused, so we need to get this updated, right? Or if we change, because it won't do automatically. So here, now that I've added this to the vertex group, I will just making sure, select. No, it wasn't added, so let's add here and see what happened. Oh, it must be on edit mode. Okay, so let's get here and here on cage and edit and vertex group, and well, we won't see probably, well, we will see, yes. So now this will include, what this is doing is that there is this factor which is making the everything solidify. Everything that is not glass is solidifying normally according to the everything else, but the glass starts to grow, to solidify according to this factor here. So 0, it's no solidifying, up to here, so you could get halfway, which is what I did. And so you see that, well, here there's this problem. This problem is something about the fact that the mesh is not, probably I've got some mesh unalignment, so I'm just gonna try to unsure here, folks. Could be also here the problem. Let's also see the along the X. So I can't explain that. Never mind, folks. So here and then finally on edit mode, so I can just pick them two and set back to normal, transform orientations. On the Y, it is so gonna make them go inward here, and here you see we'll have a problem. So it's just this bottom one, make sure it's the glass GX, so G along GX, yes. So you could go here. Here we don't touch, even though there's this. Here doesn't appear. Maybe it has fixed itself. I don't know. Making sure this is the. No, it's not this one. It's this one. So here we're going to GX. So we're gonna. Okay, so now all the glass get some intersection, but that's okay. Now I pick this and GZ. So I'm gonna, this is a negative, so GZ negative. Can I have a, GZ negative 0. GZ negative 0.02, and this GZ negative 0.02. And it's annoying to see here the glass, right? But as it is transparent in here, I really don't know what's happening there. But let's look at the glass material. No, not this. Alright, so essentially we have the glass solidifying along with the frame. It is not offsetting. It is not getting strange. This one is weird. The others are fine. They are using the same technique. You see that sometimes so this one, what's happening to this one, I think is just because I have an SX along normal. No, what's happening here? SZ. Oh, there we go. Okay, so S along Oh, they seem to be very strange. They seem to be lacking some alignment. So maybe what I can do is just SX 1.02 SX 1.0 1.1. Yes. Oh, this one is Y for some reason. SY 1.0 1.02. And yes. Here inspecting the top. So yeah, and they don't they are behind here, so there's a slight distance. So this is not exacting, but it gets essentially after I try to find out what's going on there, but in principle it should be the way to go, folks. So very tricky thing to solve here. I hope this was clear enough, but maybe I should make a better record some other day. Alright, at least this is an improvement, and the good thing is that at least it is happening along with the mirror modifier, so it is fixing everything on the symmetrically. This might be happening because I haven't scaled them correctly. Yeah, so they will always be different. Maybe they have different proportions, whatever. Let's see what else we can do here for this place, right? So for the furniture of this place, I think it needs to be slightly bigger. So let's get the dummies here. Not along normal, along global. Yeah, I can't snap here to the... Wait, maybe there's a way. Oh, hold on. This mirror... Okay, the mirror is... It's working, okay. It's just a bit strange. No, I think this is just glass stuff. Yeah, it's the glass, right? That is inside the... Okay, so I'm going to try something here. Active element. Snap to grid. Still not good, right? Why it is so random? Maybe it's because of the mirror. No, it just seems to dislike the vertex I select. So let's try this one. Yeah, I would really like to have this to work, right? But the software doesn't understand what I want to do. Ah, now it understands. So for some reason, snap to grid doesn't work for this technique. I will not understand this today. Now we are back to wrong increments. You see it's not doing the correct increment. It was fake. Actually, it's not helping. There's always a distance. Yeah. It doesn't snap the right element. Maybe there's some closest active. Also not. Why the grid starts to vanish? Ah, snap to active. Interesting. Snap grid to active seems to work. Yeah, so why I'm wasting time with this, right, folks? Essentially, it is good to use the right technique. Alright, let's make this a highlight. I never knew this, or I knew and I didn't knew, I partially knew, so this seems to be the very powerful. So folks, struggling to get stuff aligned to the grid, even though trying everything, and well, I was trying everything here until I found one way that seems to be reliable. So I'm here first. Get the numpad backslash on your object, maybe with a dummy. Okay, backslash, numpad backslash, so we got this isolated. Let's go on a side view, orthographic view, and let's see here, let's go on global here, transforms orientation, and so you see that there are some vertices here that I would like to align. Think here as a block. Here will be a little more complicated. So maybe I, for this case, I want to isolate this part. So I just want to be handling these other parts here. And I want to use an active, so this is why active element for the transform pivot point. I want this one on the top, because here you have some intersection of mesh, so this is glass window, we don't care. So could be the bottom too, but let's pick the top one because it's in the center of symmetry. It's easier to catch also. There we go. And very important, okay, we can move up. Okay, it's that one, numpad 3. So now you see that okay, if you go on individual, there are many things that can go wrong, right? So for example, let's say that I try active elements there, and it snap, yeah, to increment, but I can apparently never snap properly, you see. No matter how increments I get, for some reason it just don't validate what I want. So instead we can get actually snap to grid. Yes. Oh, that should work, right? GY, because it's the y-axis. But then we end up seeing that this is not really snapping the active element, right? And so this is happening because actually here, instead of snap base closes, set active center, I'm not sure, but active, because I'm using the active element. So now you're gonna see is that, let's say I want to snap it here, GY. Aha! So now everything is being snapped according to, yeah, they are moving together like a box, like a block, because of this single thing. So active element and active and grid, snap target to grid, and so this will make the proper alignment. Since we are doing this here, let's also do the same for other bases here. So it will be, I think, here. I have this double mesh here. I'm not sure, but I'll use it's just a solidify. Okay, so I'm gonna use this active one. So I'm gonna pick everything here with X-ray. Well, not the dummy, it's a separate object. And then let's do the same thing here. Make sure this is the active. We don't see it very well, but it's indeed snapping to the proper place. So now I can pick this thing and do the same. Maybe I'll snap to here. Yeah, now you get things done right correctly. Maybe this one. Yeah, there's certainly X-ray on. Let's get this one and active. Let's snap here. And this one snap here. Alright, so there is also there's always some annoying vertices here because of a special technique I use for the glass, but otherwise this is one way to have accurate snapping for these crazy vertices. So we can fix bit by bit of it in groups, right, thanks to this more precise technique. Yeah, so it takes a while, but if you know the right technique, this is a good tip on a real case scenario here with all its complexities. Enjoy, folks. Took me a while to figure this out. I'm using Blender for this stuff for years, a few years, right, and I just couldn't understand this. Alright, so here is very refreshing when we have this improvement. So this place would need some assets, right, in order to be properly. Okay, I was considering the size, right. Here we have a bad view, right? Not so much interesting views from the side with the last adjustments that I've made, right? So probably this is the culprit. It's like I have to revise what I were to do here. So GG. GG. So we have okay, so apparently we have a gap here. Can probably merge this. This is the whole of the Starship, so it's still work in progress. Okay, this is a better view, but it's still not. This is still too. Getting too much in the way, right? Alright, this is better. There will be another room here. Maybe it will be more inside, maybe even more rooms, right? Okay, this scale, I think this is acceptable. Yeah, so I'm gonna focus without changing the scale. So we need some assets here. We're gonna bring this. Let's see what is the quality of this dummy. It is a dummy that has on the outliner numpad dot. Okay, so these dummies don't have, there are instances linked stuff that are miserable because they don't have the link icon, library override icon. They don't have anything, so this they are mistakes for my workflow. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna substitute then for the new ones. These are just the same stuff. Yeah, we have a camera. Where's this camera? Ah, this camera is in the wrong place, right? Let's reach here. Place the camera somewhere here. Get this object. Shift S8. There we go. 0. No. Okay, Control Shift Control Alt 0. Okay, let's reposition it. I've just learned a new rigging technique for camera that is very interesting for filmmaking, animation filmmaking. So I won't do this now, but the tutorial is this one. Camera rig. Super camera, yeah, this one. So 4 months tutorial. Yeah, so this is a new Blender camera for nailing the focal length down to the millimeter. So the title doesn't say much, but actually I was curious about this stuff. Actually, this is a great tutorial about a camera rig which can control many aspects of the camera without being inside maintaining the camera view and certain settings, adjusting things in real time, like very easy. So stuff that should be vanilla, like by default. So yeah, so watch that if you're interested. I have not tried yet, but by just watching it's that I need this for my scenes, right? So finally got better ways to manage this camera thing, right? So let's bring this here. Also, it gives some insight, conceptual insights in the how to handle the cameras in a scene regarding perspective. Or was it another tutorial? Yeah, now I'm not sure. I might be confusing, but anyways, the rig seems to be doing the right job. Alright, so I need to make sure that, yeah, I talked about the focal length, and so this is something. So now I understand better this field of view. This is like a tunnel. So here's like I was using a not a binocular, but one thing, right? So, and of course this is not sufficient to transform the perspective. This is transforms the perspective, and then when we use this, then we might want to use this. So it's a combination of features, right? So here for this scene, there are a lot of recommendations, but to be fair, for this kind of scene I don't know what I need. Just something for filmmaking, another stage, but it certainly helps in yeah, this seems to be a good view for me. Alright folks, let's make some assets here. This time not gonna import assets from the so there's an atelier. Let's start with the bed, then we need to place the I need to isolate the dummies. The dummies, what I'm doing. Sorry folks, let's go find the dummies that are missing, the lost dummies. This one is a wrong one. Yeah, so maybe I already yet another wrong one. The correct ones are in the bridge. You'll see why. This one's the correct one. Alright, so we're gonna duplicate this one. It has a it's an asset coming from another scene, and this one is being, so Shift D, and let's bring it here. Alright, I can manipulate it because it was library overridden. And thanks to that I can probably okay, I have some problem here with the snapping, of course. Snap to face, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. Why so many? Well, because I want to be able to have a good vision on the positions of the characters in relation to the space, right? The spacing. Now all these dummies, I think it's from the 16 to the no, not from the 17, from, so these names I cannot change, so I'm gonna look for them here. I'm gonna parent these ones to the and keep transformed. Okay, they can be reparent, so this is good. Now I can get this one. This doesn't work, right? So can I select children? Ah, Shift G. Never used that. Something is wrong here. Yeah, what's happening? Oh, it is selecting the children, right? But not itself. It's not what I wanted, so... Shift G, immediate children. Shared parent. No, this is gonna collection. Oh, there we go. Okay, that is the way to go. Numpad. Oh, doesn't work. No, this is the... This will select everything because they are inside. It's not a sub collection. Alright, so children and immediate children. Alright, now okay, backslash. Why this is not working? Okay, finally, let's work with that, folks. So this floor, I'm not convinced that this is a good one material, so I'm gonna try to change this. This certainly will not be good as well. Yeah, so I'm a bit out of materials here for the time being. Here I'm gonna change this for sure. Let's see, what is this? What rock clay stone is doing here? Oh, something about their ceiling, right? So there is an idea about yeah, maybe I'll have to separate this, otherwise I won't have too much variation for it, right? Or if I create a new solidify. Now let's just separate. It will be much... We'll decomplicate this a little. We're gonna delete this one. No, wrong. Delete this. Yeah, this doesn't need to solidify as much as the others. And here we could do something like material offset. Oh yes, we can use a vertex group for this thing, and so let's say ceiling the material here. Yeah, this one doesn't need the glass. Oops, the wrong one. Doesn't need here, doesn't need this. This probably doesn't need this. Maybe we use the ceiling here. Sand, no. Rock, maybe. What material is this one? It's aluminum, right? This is procedural or something. We don't need this. Okay, let's try this technique. There we go. Material offset. Rocky, which is not exactly what I want. Then it dies off, and rim, same idea, yeah. So I just need perhaps to change here the order, I'm not sure. Oh, that is nice. Okay, so the ceiling could... This is not that nice. Yeah, the UVs, however, they are respective to... This is not necessary, so it's just this material offset that... So this material, of course, we want to push it back, not the material actually, these faces. Because we have more remaining space behind. We will also align this. Local active snap to grid. Active can be that that one, right? We can place it here. Yeah, actually here it's fine. Then for the sides, let's this side here. Maybe just grid increments here. I don't know why snapping. Okay, for this one we'll just leave it here, right here. No need more than that. Well, actually, maybe it might be better to do this, right? Should there be... Yeah, okay, so I've got an idea here. Design idea, so just gonna get this thing here. A little more. Can push this a little more. Push this a little more. This we... can try to do this, and here we are going to scale this along the... okay, scale this along here. And here I'm gonna forget about the grid, right? Okay, so this area, this looks too inclined, right? But that can work, right? So we have still a problem here with this glasses, so do the same technique. Alright, let's do the same technique here. There's another, yeah. Let's make a record here. So here, folks, another example of the glass problem with the solidify modifier. So you see, these are just plain stuff, and then as it solidifies inwards, maybe I want outwards, but here it's not there's not a problem. The problem is that you see there is this gap here, and this is happening because this is the same mesh object and this is connected, actually connected mesh. So I'm gonna, instead of trying to separate here, which rip verts, which can fail, cannot rip selected faces, whatever, then cannot rip, so this is annoying. So instead just do a simpler setup. So Shift D, hide, this is the connected mesh, so delete the face, unhide all. Now pick this face, and now this is exactly matching there. It's a single glass, so it's face, so it's simpler in this case. And you see now it has preserved the, but it's still solidifying. We would see better if I have this, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is, in this case it's a little simpler. I'm going to first get to the normal transforms orientations, and I'm going to GZ, right? Is the Z in this case. X is like this, so it's gonna scale on the X first. So SX 0. Actually SX 1.0 1.1. Yeah, this is maybe acceptable. SY 1.1. It's a bit too much, but it's simpler to type as a pattern. And then we're gonna move it like on along Z normal here, to some place. So maybe because this material here is extruding outward from here to inside the room, so I'll need to place it. Hold on, where's the... Yeah, so I just need to position it a little inside here. So GZ 0.1, no, GZ negative 0.1, no, GZ negative 0.01. It's not as the scale, so maybe it's not good. So let's do a half. GZ negative 0.05. Maybe that was too much, but... And then I'm going to change the factor, because we're gonna use a target here. So I'm gonna go on the vertex groups. I'm already using a technique here, but gonna call this windows, because there's a mirror modifier, assign to just these vertices here. Well, it's not showing because it's a texture on workbench and that is transparent. So anyways, but it is there, trust me. So here we go back to the solidify modifier, gonna vertex group windows, invert. Now everything is solidifying except the windows, but we are gonna get the window to work. We're gonna look on edit mode with on cage and edit enable, so you'll see you see now the glasses, they are extruding or solidifying on a factor which could be not the same factor of the entire solidify modifier, but at some maybe 0.5, so halfway. Now there's intersection, but the glass is, at least it's totally inside, and it's not interfering, right, with the... And if we look from the exterior, it also has started a little inside. So this is not the best example here to visualize, but yeah, you can see here what's happening. Yeah. So this is a technique, special technique. Took me a while to find an effective way to do this in a clean way that is sort of easy to manipulate. The most annoying thing actually might be having to set this target vertex group, and then for me actually the most annoying thing is to have to fix those distance here, but because this is not procedural. But otherwise, if this could be done in some, at least with the mirror modifier, this is done on both sides. But in another case like this one, I didn't have a ray modifier here, so I had to do for all of these glasses, and that's annoying if we don't have a figure out a pattern that will serve a generic purpose. So it's better if they all use the same pattern, right? But that's just a detail, right? Provided it's not destroying the geometry and the visuals, that's great. So that's it, folks. All right, time's up, folks. So little thing I was able to achieve today, but we got some progress actually. That's important design. I like how by just getting more space here I was able to get, and I think I leave the wall here as it is because it looks cool from the top, and I don't really want to be changing this, but it's plausible. Yeah, I can probably change this. Let's check here. Why I keep this inclination also? Ah, because it's mimicking the other. Yeah, so there's a reason why to have this inclination. So what I can do is make some steps here, so the furniture will follow this slope. So this is, let's make let's make just the beginning, right? So I need a dummy here, and that will be the last thing for today, folks. So gonna shift D this one. So you see they have library override. So it was make, just this case just selected, right? It's not for rigged. It's just for posing. Transform object transforms, right? Looks like you are floating in the air, bro. So here, let's get this one snapping. Yeah, so I'm gonna control backslash, gonna shift D, rotate 90, rotate -90, rotate on the Z, no, rotate on the Y, something like that. So you have a resting bro here. Now here the ceiling, also the ceiling for this part doesn't look very nice, right? I have to, it could go higher here, even the ceiling. Nah, it's okay like that, we'll see later. But here it's clear that we need more, hold on. Yeah, we'll have a limitation here, so probably I'll just bring this thing forward, this whole wall forward. Yeah, it's aligned with, yeah, so probably yeah, it's already snapped with the grid and big grid, so big square there. So now we'll leave this in this case. I'll make, I'll have just to pick this G, no, not this here. Okay, pick the object here, GX, extrude, global GX. It doesn't look very nice, right? So extrude, it looks like it's snapping, it's going crazy. No, because there's solidify modifier, of course. Hold on. There's a different inclination. That can work. So not straight, just some. Let's continue just a little more here, and now it's changing. It's, yeah, I don't like this curvature. Okay, I don't understand why it is being so alright, let's do the let's leave it like that. It's just a stupid detail, and I'll fix that later. So we're gonna need to pick here the center, mesh, cube. Can't I reuse some asset here? So probably I actually have some I could use as reference, right? So some canopies, yes, from alright, so this is not helping. Wrong button. Then mirror. Why also why I'm using the It's a one person's bed, but it's a needs to be stylistic, so the height, I'm not sure what would be required, so let's get some inset for this. Boundary without boundary, time's up, so just this is not, oh, this is an old material, it's not. Yeah, so I can use something like this for this. Doesn't do, is that is the project cube projection, which where I can make some changes here, right? I like the vertical stripes, right? So but these are also fine. Interesting. Yeah, and this actually could use another material, so GG. Not quite it. Okay, this is to solve later, and we need some material that, let's try some subdivision with Shift E1. Strange result, but actually also cool. Let's push this into here. Yeah, so there are a lot of free space yet, and so I am exaggerating this stuff, right? Just because it's cool. Maybe there can be more people at some point, so Because it's an alien race, their habits are different. Alright, and so what else here? You see that this sort of simple material in this UV sort of mimics some wood pattern in an interesting way, right? And okay, so that will be like the let's call this bed. No, wrong parent. It's not here. Move to greenhouse collection. There. I'm gonna rename it to 03 asset T for asset and bedroom bed. Yeah. Queen's bed. Bed queen. Queen size, something like that. So yeah, I'll need some few other assets. But what I wanted to implement here also was the pillows. So let's do here some. Also, I'm curious about the bevel modifier. Yeah, that seems to be feasible. Not on vertices, but that also can give some interesting. Oh, yeah, indeed. Indeed, that can automate some interesting results here. Unexpected. And segments, yeah, so it's just simple stuff that I want. What about this bevel? The problem is here, I don't know how to handle this other. Yeah, it needs to be a. Yeah, not convinced. So and here nothing that serves, so I don't really know how to use this. Anyways, I think that might work with some bevel lines, right? So let's try something here. Let's try to make into this let's try to make some bevels here. Control E, bevel edge, Control B, right? No, this is not. It's not that. It's edge bevel weight. Shift Alt B. I don't know how, but I saw no difference. It should work with some. Yeah, this will need a tutorial. I'm expecting it to work exactly as the. Oh, I see. Of course, this might work not with the subdivision modifier, but with the bevel modifier. That's it. Yeah, so it is, while the edge crease works according this. So Shift Alt B. Let's try here. Use bevel edge, no? I see nothing. Yeah, maybe it's because we need, but they are equivalent there, right? So it's okay. So let's ignore this for now. Let's try to use this, but not use creases. Nothing seems to occur. Shift Alt B. Yeah, nothing. So I can turn this off. Let's try the bevel then. To no avail. So I have no idea how this thing works. So I'm gonna just use the basic here. Whatever seems interesting. We'll clear these bevel things. Hold Alt, 0, hold Alt, Enter, there we go. Then for the subdivision, Yeah, I can make another here. Enlarge this one. Proportional editing. And scale on the Z. So this is just generating some simple patterns there. Is there some material vertex group of set? Not sure. Yeah, so I have edge, so I have this creates even more interesting pattern. Let's just leave like this. What about the others? Width, depth, percent. No, percent is not giving good results. Absolute. Okay, just this, and then let's get this as take off the this is not a terrible idea. Quite different from the first. I think it's plausible. We can try to make this a little more organic. Why we want an inclination for a bed, right? And why not, right? It's future ergonomics. Let's try here. Alright, and the pillows, yeah, so that will be it, folks. The pillows will be a next asset, and I should turn this into an asset from this scene. For now, numpad backslash, and here we slowly are getting this more interesting. This is very important place. I'll be working offline on this, and once it gets populatable, then with furniture that will be looking much better. Then we can start to visualize how a scene can happen here. I have to put a lot of focus here to get the right assets. So there will be a bedroom here, and this is like an atelier room, and there are some crossed visions of the design, so I need to think a little, put more thinking in this place. So maybe this will have to augment a little, maybe be asymmetric even, we'll see. Yeah, the idea of being asymmetrically, it's not actually a it's actually an interesting idea thinking. So let's apply the mirror modifier here, and make some, yeah, for some reason I don't know why I want this side to be larger. Yes, I have this sort of curvature here, so a lot more space there. Yeah, I remember why I wanted this. It's something of the scene I had in mind, one of the scenes. Let's take a look from the, yeah, so this makes, I think this makes sense. Here we could of course make some stairs. How to reach that upper place? Yeah, it could be the stairs on walls or something else. Yeah, I think something else like stairs, probably an array thing. I can do this even now, so Shift D. Yeah, so I'm just gonna conclude this idea here. It's like a kid's tree house. This is the concept in some way, in some aspect. Here they will not really, yeah, so this will be positioned in some way that will work, that they shouldn't be knocking their heads in the ceiling and stuff like that. So for that, for now I'm gonna do this and we'll find out. So GZ, it could be from the other side too, it doesn't need to be from here, but okay, since I'm doing this, let's do the array. So it's 0 Z, negative Z, and negative Y, I think. Yeah, negative Y. Oh, I need to separate, of course. Okay, so let's separate selection. This one we will take off this modifier. This one we're gonna array. Let's array first and solidify later. Alright, so there's some problem with the strange. Strange, it's not behaving, so let's try constant offset. Okay, constant works. So let's see the steps here, something like this. We could use a target for some circular thing, that would be nice as well. It is not the way I want, right? It's too squarey. Let's just GX here. GY. Yeah, exactly where to position this I'll check later, but for now let's try to match the height here. And apply set her into 3D geometry, right? Okay, this 30 steps, that's fine. As for the... it's not terrible, but maybe it will be better in another positioning. We'll find that later. So I'm gonna call this 03T steps, and for the material I don't know, I leave it like that. So just UV reset this. No, this is not good. Well, actually this sort of works. Little stairs already make some difference. So it could be from the side. From here maybe. Yeah, from here could be, but it will still be interfering in the front. So maybe I don't want exactly this interference. Yeah, we'll be studying that for the other time. So thanks for watching, folks. That was it for today on scenery making. I will be focusing on this from now on, and I hope this will be soon feasible for a scene. And then I just need to fix the character Aisha, and then I think I have a script for this. The scene is my mind, so this should be a project here for this beginning of the new year. I think I can start that. The best case scenario in January I could have already started the animation process. Thanks for watching, folks. Take care. Happy blending. Have a nice new year and enjoy. Hope that was interesting. See ya, folks.